Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Ask DeFranco's Gym. Today's question comes from my man Sergio. He says, Joe, I have a female client who has trouble doing push-ups, so I had her regress down and do them from her knees in order to get more volume in. I'm not sure if you've ever dealt with this before, but she actually did the push-ups worse from her knees. Is this even possible? How can she be weaker when she's required to lift even less of her body weight from her knees? Am I missing something? Where do I go from here? Thanks for your amazing contributions to this industry, and Merry Christmas to you and your family. Sergio, that is actually not that uncommon. Your client isn't weaker from her knees. The thing is, it's just, I found doing push-ups from your knees to be much more awkward. Whenever you kind of cut the body in half and you're just doing push-ups with your upper body, it becomes more awkward and people look like they're weaker at it, but they're just not as good at it because it's almost like a technical skill involved in doing push-ups from your knees and getting that feeling and that movement right. So what we do is, at the CPPS certification, push-ups are one of our fundamental movement patterns. We feel like everybody should be doing them. We actually prefer to do full push-ups, even if you are not strong enough to do a push-up, because you're practicing the push-up much more specifically that way, even if we're going to deload and regress down with the exercise. So I'm going to show you 3 ways to still do technically a full push-up using your entire body, but we're going to make it easier so your client can get more volume in like you talked about. Number 1 is using bands. Basically, you can strap a band around the J-hooks of a power rack, just like this. And what you'll do is place the band on your stomach when you're doing the push-up, so the band kind of helps you out of the bottom position, and then as you push up, the band helps a little bit less and you're left to push up your body weight on your own. The higher you place this band, the easier it'll be. The lower, the harder it gets. So to progress in this exercise, you actually start bringing the band lower, or a thicker band will help you out of the hole, so to speak, more. A thinner band will help you a little bit less. So those are the 2 ways to either regress or progress on this exercise. So what I'm going to do is place the band right on my stomach. I'm going to get down to push-up position. Everything remains the same. Body is in a straight line. Hands are spread out. I'm going to point my elbows to the back of the room. Glutes are tight, abs are tight. Come down, push up. See how the bands are helping me in the bottom? So that's a great version. I really like this version because you could feel the bands on your stomach, so it's easier to teach your client how to brace their abs when doing a push-up when you use this variation. All right, so that's number 1. Number 2, you see this barbell over here. We could use the rack and do incline push-ups on the barbell. By placing the barbell a little bit higher up, you kind of turn it into an incline, the push-up into an incline push-up, so you're not opposing gravity as much. So when I do push-ups in this manner, I'm not really pushing up my entire body weight. I'll show you a couple reps. As you can see, it's just a regular push-up. We just put it up on an incline. The higher up, the easier it gets. You could start up higher. As the athlete or the client gets stronger, you just bring the barbell down. All right, it makes it a little bit harder because now you're opposing gravity a little bit more. I love these Elite FTS racks because they have holes spacing every inch. So you can make little progressions every single week. Just keep taking the J-hook out and move it down. All right, and finally, if you don't have one of these racks, you can just simply do an incline push-up off of a bench, or what we call bench push-ups. Use the bench and just come here. So those are 3 variations you could use to regress the push-up down, but still train the push-up and use the same exact cues you're going to use with a regular push-up. So give those a try. Guarantee they will work. Get your client back up to par doing regular push-ups. Once she gets there, If you'd like to see some of our favorite advanced push-up variations, you can check out the exercise index at DeFrancoInsider.com. Thanks again for your question, and Merry Christmas.